What's going on, guys? I'm Tommy, and I'm coming at you with another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Jazwares Micro Galaxy Squadron Phantom 2 from Star Wars Rebels. I found this at one of my local Walmarts. I've been having some crazy good luck recently with the Micro Galaxy Squadron line at Walmart, and this was honestly a really pleasant surprise. This is one I really had my eye out for because I do have the Ghost and I do have the Phantom 1, so I really wanted the Phantom 2. So this release was a mainline release for Series 7 of Micro Galaxy Squadron. So, taking a look at the packaging here, you do have, this is the standard packaging for the Starfighter class of this line, and you can tell just by the size of the packaging here, and also they do have it on the back that is the Starfighter class. You do have a nice big blister card here. So on the card back, you get your Star Wars logo, your Star Wars Rebels logo. On this side here, they seem to have done away with the unique colors for each series, so now they're all just white, but you can see the series on the back of the card back here, and you can see just a very basic no battle scene in the back of the card back like some of these have. On the bubble, you do have the ship itself, your two characters being Kanan Jarrus and Chopper. This looks like a more unique look of Chopper than we saw in the previous release, maybe some different paint apps here. However, you do get a little insert here showing you that you can put Kanan into the pilot's seat. You get your Micro Galaxy Squadron logo here, you get your name of the ship here, and that this is number 144 for this line. On this side, you get a Star Wars logo. On this side, you get a Star Wars logo, and at the bottom, you get all your legalese. Guys, please don't feed this ship to your babies, okay? On the back of the card back, you get your standard packaging for Micro Galaxy Squadron, that being the hologram image of the ship, showing you all the different features it has, like landing gear, where you can put Chopper, eject Chopper, things like that. And you do have a cutout card here. This can be either like a trading card or a display card, whatever you want it to be. And then down at the bottom, it shows you the rest of the Starfighter class for Series 7. But without further ado, let's get the ship opened so we can check it out. Alright guys, here's the Phantom out of the packaging, but before we do that, let's take a look at the two minifigures it comes with. You can see again the names of the characters, here they are, and then on the back of this here, you do get just the little illustration here on a blue grid background. We'll take a look at Kanan first here. This is Kanan's later seasons look in seasons 3 and 4 after Darth Maul cuts his eyes out. He does have the little tiny printed J guys on the front of that mask, which I think is crazy they're able to get that much detail. He does also have some cool printing and paint apps all around the shirt. You can see they've even painted on his blaster and his blaster holster, and then on this side they've painted on his lightsaber, which is great. Other than that, you can tell that it's Kanan. It's immediately identifiable, and at a 1-inch scale, that's all I can ask for. If I can immediately identify who the character is, they've done a good job. This guy has the standard articulation scheme for all the figures in this line. There is a rod that runs through the shoulders that gives you a swivel at a full 360 degrees, and there is also a rod that runs through the hips that gives you a hinge that hinges up about 90 degrees here so he can sit in the vehicle. Now let's take a look at C-110P, aka Chopper. Chopper looks great, looks better than his previous releases. I like how they've painted the one leg to be different, as well as being sculpted a little different too, which is awesome. Love that for Chopper. He's got some awesome paint applications on the front with some of that exposed circuitry, and even a little bit of orange on the back there. He does have a hole in the bottom of him, as most astromechs do, so that he can be inserted into the ships. And now let's take a look at the Phantom 2. So the Phantom 2 has some crazy awesome detail on it. The first thing, obviously, that I always say with a Jazwares product is how great these look with all of the panel lining and dark wash they give to the ships. It really brings out all that detail. I also love these paint apps here, these prints that they put up here of the logo of the, I believe these are some sort of star whale, I want to say. Not the Purgle. Definitely not the Purgle, but pretty cool nonetheless. There's this really big exposed hatch here that just lifts up the front of the ship here, right? Is this a hinge? Okay, it is a hinge. It just got a little stuck. I was a little worried. You can see the interior here. You can actually seat two figures inside, which I wasn't expecting this to be true to scale. I expected it to be a little underscaled, just like the Ghost is a little bit underscaled. But honestly, the fact that this is true to scale honestly makes me very happy. Just kind of taking a look at all the different features you've got here. It looks like you can actually, you can bring this little ramp down on the back. A very, very nice feature there. And it looks like you can also lift up, I guess you have to lift up the hatch first. You can lift up the interior. Okay, so I guess what I'm thinking maybe what you have to do is lower the ramp, and then you can No? Okay, that took like way too much effort. I was worried I was gonna break it, but this side does come out, and look at all the space in here. That's awesome. They give you the little C-grip, so you can put a figure standing up in there. They also have a peg for Chopper to be in there. They really make it so you can fit almost the whole Ghost crew in here comfortably, and I actually really am impressed with just how awesome this thing looks. There are these little pieces that jut out here. These pieces are literally only here so that you can attach this to the Ghost. Without these little clips, you would not be able to just clip this into place with the Ghost. So cool that they added that feature. But again, just wanted to show off all of that awesome sculpted detail here. Not a whole lot of paint, but that's completely fine on a ship of this scale. Everything should just snap into place, which it does, and the door also snaps into place. Definitely bring the back hatch down before you take the top off. And then the canopy comes down here as well, and you can see right into the ship, which is cool. Why don't we get these figures put in this ship here, and then we'll put it in landing mode. So first we'll just seat Kanan in there. It looks like it's got a little bit of a clip on the inside leg here, the leg that's facing the middle of the ship, so that he's not flying all over the place. We'll bring the hatch down, and just like with most of your ships, if you really look, you can see him hiding in there. And then, of course, Chopper does have his astromech port on the front here. He squeezes really nicely into that position there. He's pretty exposed as opposed to how he would actually look. But again, this is a 1-inch scale, so I'm not going to nitpick. As for the landing gear comes out very, very nicely. And you should be able to get all 4 pieces of the landing gear out with relative ease. And the clever thing about this landing gear is that when you have it landed, it actually just sits on its own weight. And you just put the legs out to give the illusion that the legs are holding up the weight. It's a very clever design. But that's about it for this one. I definitely think this is worth picking up. It's a very cool design. It's from the Separatist Alliance, so any prequel fan would know that. And also, it's just really fun to have another addition to the Ghost and Phantom 1, you know, from the show. Ships that can kind of interact with each other. I love that about this line. But with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did and you're not yet subscribed, subscribe to Blitz Transmissions. I've got awesome Star Wars content coming out all the time. If you are an ARC Trooper in my Patreon, you would have seen this review early. If you'd like access to early content, monthly giveaways, and more awesome benefits, be sure to check out the link to my Patreon in the description below. If you're just a fan of the reviews, or if you just want to support the channel in an above and beyond way, you can also check out the link to my channel membership, Rancor Battalion. For just 99 cents a month, you get access to all my reviews early, as well as exclusive badges and getting the ability to vote on future reviews. Link to that is in the description below, as well as links to my Discord and all my social media. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I'll catch you for the next one, and may the Force be with you.
Breaking off. All units, fire at will. Squad 2, pick your targets. Too many, Captain. Watch your stabilizer, Gold 6. Anybody cover me. I got 2 vultures on my tail. You've got to hold them here. Watch your left. I can't shake them. I'm hit. I'm hit. Where's our reinforcements?